Welcome to the Syntech Global E-xpense training tutorial. Let's begin. After you log onto JMS Prime E-xpense, the system defaults to the company dashboard screen. Let's navigate to the time and expense portion of the application. Time and expenses up on top. Click that, then click Expense Reports. Down below, we're going to create an expense report, so we're going to click on Create, and for this video, we are going to use a direct travel expense form. On the first screen, the first thing we're going to enter is the destination in the first description field. So let's choose Atlanta, Georgia. And before I enter a detailed description, I'm going to click on this hide navigation pane so I can fully see the screen. Detailed description. Now I'm going to put the project, CSA, NSO2, and some purpose. I'll put the purpose of application strategy. Okay. Now for the trip authorization number, I'm going to type TAR for trip authorization request, followed by employee number. For this particular example, I'll use 213, and the first date of travel, we'll go with April 1st. Tab over to the trip number. Trip number field is optional. I'm just going to put a 1 in there. First item to enter is going to be the first date of travel. So click on the calendar icon and choose your first date of travel. I'm going to put April 1st. And then I'm going to put in my location code. For location code, this is going to assist with the per diem amounts. So I'm going to click the magnifying glass. I'm going to enter the city. And since I've already traveled there, it remembers. Select that, and I'm going to enter the state. Click the search button, and it's important to pay attention to the date. This is 2017. So before I click select, I want to verify and click this green button off to the right. It says view per diem rate. And I can see the season dates right there that I need and the amounts, 148 and 69. Okay, that's what I want. Click select, and it populates the location field. The first thing I would recommend doing is start by entering repeat items in the first column. So I am going to enter company paid hotel of 148, hotel tax of, let's say, 1575, and then I'm going to enter internet. They usually charge some internet charges. Then I'm going to scroll down below to the employee paid section. Repeat amounts would be car rental and parking. Then I'm going to enter in the field below the amount of dates I want this information copied into. How many columns over to the right do I want it to copy these amounts into? So I'm going to say 2, and I'm going to click copy. So now it populated the location code and it incremented the dates up above and saved me a little bit of time in entering those amounts. What I would recommend at this point is to enter the last departure date. So I'm going to enter that date. I'm going to go here, and that's going to be the 4th. And I'm going to select my location code. And I'm going to enter baggage fees, which I paid. So I'm going to enter the first amount in the employee paid section, tab, and then enter it on a departure date. Another item I want to enter is airfare. That was company paid, but it was a one-time charge, so I'm going to enter it on that column. Now, when you have transaction fees associated with airlines, airline transaction fees, enter them in a separate column. So I'm going to enter it in this column. I'm going to put $20, and I'm going to add an explanation for that. My explanation is going to be, I called customer service to book flight. Normally it's $15 if you book your flight yourself on the internet, but if you call, it's usually about $20. Next item that I would like to enter would be per diem. I want the system to put the per diem in for me. In order for it to do that, I need to save first. So I'm going to save this expense form, and it gives me a message that it's saved. And next, I'm going to populate the per diem. So I'm going to click the per diem button at the very top, and I want it to populate it for me. Click those two boxes and click OK. And then you'll see how it populates the amounts on the per diem columns. That's why I entered this last date here, because I wanted to make sure these amounts would be correct. Also, if you don't click save before, it doesn't know what rate to apply, so you have to save before you populate. The next item that I would like to enter is going to be my mileage to and from the airport. So it won't let you click into the mileage field. You have to click the ellipsis button. And I'm going to say I traveled 29.1 miles. And I'm going to hit tab. Hit tab at this point. If you hit enter, it'll take you into this other screen, and just hit escape if you do that. But hit tab. It calculates the amount. And then put your explanation. It should be travel to the airport from home. Okay. And the ellipsis button turns green, letting your approver know that there is an explanation there if they want to view it. And I'm going to enter it on this last date, 29.1. Travel from the airport to home. Okay. Now that I have that on, let's see what other, let's enter a miscellaneous expense. Let's say during one of these days we had a bunch of tolls. So we paid about $20. Tab, and I'm going to put an explanation so my approver knows what it was for. Toll road charges, and say OK. Another item that we should consider, let's say for some reason the hotel rate went up on a certain date. So let's say this one went up to $168. Well, $20 of that amount is over the maximum allowed. So I am going to say that $20 of this is unallowable. And say OK. That's how I enter an unallowable amount. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you will see that it will put the unallowable amount down below. But first, let's save it. Let's do that. Save. I'm going to scroll down. Now you can see the unallowable amount. So some of these things have to be saved first before it can tally up and calculate all the changes that you've made. The next item on my list is going to be my distribution. How am I going to distribute these costs, or how do I want this cost, or how, not necessarily how, but what charge code number I want to apply these costs to. So let's go to expense distribution. This should be your project that you're going to charge it to, and choose the one that says ODC on it. And then you're going to apply all these expenses, the entire report, so put 100 into the percentage field. And now you're going to click OK. And you'll see that this is green so that your approver can click on it, view it, and make sure you charge to the right job. Another way they can view it is by clicking the print button, and they can see it that way. You can also see your approver information. Let's go there, let's close that. And there you go, approver information. Last on the list is you need to attach your attachments. You need to attach any backup documentations, receipts, approval documentations, emails, and usually they want those combined in one document. It makes it easier for viewing. So I'm going to click Attachments, and I'm going to choose a file. Let's go to Desktop. Oh yeah, I'm there. Okay, I'm going to choose my file. I'm going to say Open. And then it wants a title. So I'm going to call it Receipts and Travel Approvals. And I'm going to say Upload. And once it appears down below, it is ready for viewing. Anyone who clicks on Download, the document will open up and they can view the document. So let's close that and let's save. And I believe this is all the information that I want to enter on my expense report. Now that it's been saved, I'm going to go ahead and submit my expense report. I'm clicking Submit Report. And you will see a message above. You have successfully submitted Expense Report 20. We are done with the video and the tutorial. I hope that this will help you and assist you in entering your future expense report.